to count one, we, the jury, found the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. So say we all, done, Jacksonville, Duval County, Florida, signed by the foreperson on July 31st, 2025.
Does counsel for either the state or defense desire the jury to be polled?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Madam Clerk, if you can please poll each juror.
Juror 1, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 2, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 3, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 4, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 5, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 6, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 7, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 8, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 9, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 10, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror 11, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 12, is this your true and correct verdict? Thank you.
After January 15, 2020, you became aware of a video recording that captured the murder of Charles McCormick. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you've had an opportunity during the pendency of your case and the discovery to see that recording.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Did you, when you viewed that recording, recognize the person depicted in it?
Yes.
Who is the person that was captured on the video recording shooting Charles McCormick?
My son.
What's your son's name?
Hakeem.
You didn't want him to use it? No. If he used it, what would you have to do with it?
Get rid of it.
Did Hakeem Robinson ever touch your handgun?
Yeah.
How?
He picked it up. It was like, I'm finna use this. I said, no, you're not.
So what happened when Charles McCormick came out?
Well, Hakeem jumped out.
Jumped out of what?
Jumped out of the car.
Was that the plan?
Oh, sir.
All right. How was that different from what the plan was?
Well, I came up with a plan of getting closer to his car, so when he get in the car, he could jump out of the passenger seat and shoot him as soon as he got in his vehicle. I could pull off faster.
And did he wait for Charles McCormick to get closer to his vehicle or get into the vehicle?
No.
What happened after Hakeem jumped out of the Nissan?
Shot at him.
Shot at who?
McCormick.
Did McCormick stay there?
No.
What did he do?
Ran.
What did Hakeem Robinson do?
Chased him.
And then did what?
Killed him.
So I've been just like seeing this case. I've just been seeing like clips of it on social media, on Instagram to be exact, about this Jacksonville rapper named Ksoo. And I was seeing a lawyer talking about he didn't have no booty and he was skinnier. And so I was just seeing the case. I didn't know nothing about the case. And I seen today they showed him his reaction to the verdict that he was guilty of murder, him and his cousin. And then, I scrolled down. I ain't paying no attention. Scrolled down and see this father testified on him, right? So I read it. I'm going to tell you the best of my abilities what I read. And I know a little bit that Jacksonville rap scene is chaotic. Now, you may not know this. Jacksonville is the largest city square foot in the United States. It's the largest city by square foot. They have a reputation in Florida. You mess with one of them, they all coming. Jacksonville, they known. Duval County, they known to come deep. So, but this was I knew all this being around there way before this drill rap shit. And that drill rap thing that they did in Chicago, it spread like wildfire. You got them in London and New York. In New York, it used to be a trendsetter back in the day, and now it's a trend follower. Now you got them trying to rap like hoobity hibbity hoppity yoppity. They trying to drill rap and all of that, and it's been one of the more detrimental forms of rap that we've seen. It's like a delayed reaction punch that knock you out. Because Chief Keef was doing that 09, 010. Now you talking about it and manifested over 15, 16 years later to this. So they long story what I read, they was rival gangs. One of them, the guy that got sent to the other room, Mormick, he made a diss record about sliding on their stepbrother, which was the father's stepson, I believe. Call me if I'm wrong. They ain't like that. So for the diss record, and he passed away. So they ain't like that. So they had to slide on him. The Ksoo guy and his cousin. I think it was his cousin. So they followed him all day, and he went to the mall, and they said something about going to a mall, and he was coming out of a staffing company, and they ran allegedly. Well, now it's not allegedly, but it just keeps staying allegedly. They ran down on him, chased him, clapped him. Now you be like, well, how did he get caught? There were some things they were trying to make a case that one of the alleged shooters was 5'8", 5'9". A lot of the officers that was chasing him was saying he wasn't 6'3". Now this Ksoo guy's apparently 6'3", a chunkier guy. The guy they got on film seems to be a more skinny guy. Now, if the father didn't testify, if the driver didn't testify, then they might have got away with it, right? And this happened in 2020. So for the most part, the father testified on them and said that the song is why they sent the man to the upper room, and that was his son that did the whacking, right? So that's the father. They said the father was facing around 60 years at max for helping his nephew and his son escape, harboring the fugitive. So he got his time cut to around 20 years. Now, apparently in the comment section, they were saying allegedly he was a street guy himself. So you had a stepfather who was a street dude who raised his stepson and his sons to be a street dudes and his nephews to be a street guy. And he broke the code. Back in my day, we didn't snitch, right? He broke the code. He snitched. His direct knowledge or of knowing that was them that ran down on him. Without that key witness, without that key statement, they might have a chance. But then the driver said, I don't know what the driver ended up getting, but the driver ended up saying the same thing, the getaway driver. Now, one of their girlfriends picked them up from an apartment complex, but she claimed she didn't know what was going on. Believable. But the driver testified and corroborated everything what they thought they knew and what the father said. This was some street beef over a song, and Jacksonville is out of control. I think the jury was all white people. It was either 5 white women and 7 white men, or 7 white men and 5 white women. I forget which way. And people was tired of this. Y'all killing each other over words, over rap. And if y'all sat down with each other, y'all would have a lot in common. That's a fact. If those brothers sat down and they be beefing over nothing. It's either over money, over a woman, are we better than y'all? Like, and he broke down in tears in court. Oh, he snitched. Look here, we gotta get out of that snitching shit. If you did something that endangers the community, right? You do something that endangers the community. If you do a crime, you need to go to jail. We shouldn't protect criminals. And I did a short talking about that. Y'all want to know why you have so many, babies, who dying in crime in the streets this summer, and so many worthless shootouts at parties and crime? Because y'all don't report no crime. Y'all don't snitch. It's a difference between the hood and going out to a developed a suburb or a strong community, because there are good communities in inner cities. But let's just say the suburbs will tell on you. If your grass is an inch too high, they will call the city to make you cut it or give you a ticket. They absorb and they report. Therefore, the citizens make sure the crime rate is as low as it is. In the hood, oh, don't tell. Y'all protect criminals. And that's a problem. Until it happened to you, that's a problem. You can't protect criminals. If you know nobody's going to snitch, then you probably going to take a chance of robbing or doing some criminal activity. You have to be able to, you have to tell. That is the number one way to keep the crime rate down in your city, in your neighborhood, in your community. It needs to be a village. But if it's a no telling zone, you're going to breed criminals. And one thing I do notice growing up, and this is the last thing I'll say, I notice the criticism of when you do something wrong in society today is way louder than the how can I say this? Than when you do something good. And that's something that I feel like black people gotta change. You know, y'all get on these young men and women when they do something wrong, it's the end of the world. But it's just not. When they do something right, it's like, okay, you was expected to do that. You don't get no credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't go all out for them. Y'all don't go out your way to make sure y'all celebrate them and make the path easier for them. And y'all see somebody on the right path, they don't try to make it easier, but somebody get locked up, they can bail money, they doing all this stuff. But if somebody needs some money to buy some hand tools for his apprenticeship, or he needs some money to go to college, don't nobody want to say nothing. But when he figure it out or she figures it out and they get it, and then they don't want to come back to the hood and help, because y'all motherfuckers to help. Because every time you do something wrong, it spread like wildfire. But when you living right, righteous, and you doing positive, and you helping people out, or you doing the right thing, it ain't loud at all. They whisper that shit. So I think y'all need to really pay attention to that. But thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit the link in the description. Follow me everywhere from X, Instagram, Facebook, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch. Yeah, join the Patreon, Free Gaming 89 channel, my Detroit channel, everything inside the link tree. Peace.